Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things. I have been asked to demonstrate gilded leafing, and because of the mess, I have not felt comfortable using the product in my trailer. And at the quarterly meeting that I attended in July, I got to use this product a few different ways, and today I'm going to demo one of the ways that I think is the easiest, cleanest way to use it that is guaranteed a good result. And I have moved a little bit of this. This package comes compressed, so when you open it, be very careful. Do have a large container handy. I took just a teeny bit out, and here are all of the big gold flakes. And I have my mono glue, which is a liquid glue. This particular technique replicates the gold that you get in the Expressions of Ink paper. This is the stamp set that coordinates with it. And I do have a finished project to show you, but I am going to quickly do some gold edging around the flower shapes. This was a very quick sample that I did so that I don't own the stamp set, and I will have the name of the stamp set when I come back after this dries, but I wanted you guys to see how I'm just following these lines. This is a distinctive stamp set that actually has different layers, and it's just one stamping. Down here I actually stamped off and didn't like how it, so this was full power, stamped off once, stamped off twice, didn't like it, so I re-stamped it again. But you can even see that there's the spot that I used is right as a little square, so I was not careful when I created this, but it was definitely going to work for my purposes of creating a sample for you guys to see. Alright, so I've got a bunch of glue. I'm going to set it aside to dry, and then I will come back. I'm even going to put a little bit on the leaves, just for fun. Alright, so now this has to dry. I will come back once it is ready to apply the gilded leafing. Alright, that took longer than I expected. So the one problem with this process, which isn't really a huge problem, is just that once you get that glue on, it needs to be set aside in a safe place and given plenty of time to dry. It dries with a tackiness which is needed, so it is important that you use a sticky glue like the mono liquid glue. This is the stamp set. It's called Artistically Inked, and I looked at the 2 pages of the catalog, and I actually don't see an emphasis on this gold, so I went and got my Expressions in Ink paper so you can see the effect that we are emulating with using the gilded leafing. It is the gold around the edges of the different alcohol ink shapes that are formed. Here's another page that's really pretty. And I have inked or glued a couple of different papers. What I enjoy using is this particular stamp, which, as you will see, is my sample card that I created at the meeting, and then I created using this stamp for fun and the leaves. And that is right here. I think it is dry enough. I think those dots that are the center of the leaves are not as dry as I would like, but I think I can be careful and make it work. So I found, you can use brushes, you can use these brushes work really well to push around and shape your gilded leafing. I want to try to maintain a very clean environment, so I have my tweezers. I do have the AC going, so that's the other thing. I don't want to have this go flying. In fact, one piece already flew out, so I am going to capture it. There it is. And I will apply it with my fingers, like so. And then the excess comes right off. It's really super, super easy to work with. Aside from the fact that it is feather light, like embers from like a campfire. So I've already used up some, and then I can moosh it around, for lack of a better word, and it will stick to the glue when you squish it. Oh, so I have this one little, oh, you gotta watch the AC. There's that little piece. So I just apply these pieces little bit by little bit, use my fingers to rub them around. You can use this brush, but I find that I like to be more involved. As long as the glue is dry and it won't stick on your fingers, it's perfect to just push it around, and it's very, you're gentle with it, and you still find that you can manipulate it, and this is what the effect is that you get. And I will come back at the end and show you what this looks like. I have two other sheets that are drying. I have this one that I created that'll be a nice effect on the bottom part, and then I have like a full sheet that is drying here. And now I will show you the finished project. Now it is not quite finished because I wanted to do something more special with the sentiment. The sentiment that was provided and the ink was purple, and this is what my glue pattern was, and I was the one who stamped this pink using the stamp that I showed you that I really liked. The non-flower stamp, I think, is really useful, this stamp right here. And I added a lot of gold foil, or the gold gilded leafing with my finger. And then this is supposed to be put on, but I want to do something more special with it than that. And then these champagne gems were provided by the creator of this swap, and I really enjoyed this particular technique. Now I can see I didn't put this on very straight, so I might be popping it off to maybe thin down the gold foil and make sure that it is straight now that I am home. That's why I stopped working with it, because I knew I wanted to do something a little more with it and make it more special, and do a different sentiment, and then straighten up my crooked application of the white on the gold foil. So I hope that you try this technique. If you have this at home and you're terrified of it like I was, and I still am, you can work with it. You just need to be really careful with it, as I showed you. But it really is not that hard to work with, as long as you understand that it is floaty like ash, and you have to you know, take necessary steps to make sure it doesn't get all over the place. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can leave them here on the video or over on my blog. I will have all of the supplies used today on my blog. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.